What's up everyone, this is Corey from CareerShakers.com, and I was running a workshop the other week and someone had asked me, how do you practice interviewing when you're at home by yourself? And I realized this is a little bit more complicated than just taking your smartphone, setting it up on the table, and filming yourself. Because interviewing is a skill, practice does make perfect, but you'll never know how to perfect your skill if you don't know how to critique and improve it when you're on your own. So in this video, we're going to walk through how to set up and improve your interviewing skills so you can crush your next interview. So before we can start recording ourselves, we need to first talk about the setup. Grab a laptop or a smartphone like we're going to use here, anything with a camera really. Now everyone's first instinct is to grab it and set it on the table or the desk right in front of them and just prop it up. Now what you should actually do is set it up so that it's right around eye level. The reason is you want to get used to game time situations or what the interview is actually going to be like, and you don't want to build the bad habit of always staring down. So grab some boxes or whatever you need to prop it up so that it's right around eye level. After you get your camera set up around eye level, next we got to talk about audio, which is probably the most important part about practicing. So get either a wired headset or some wireless headsets so that way you can capture some really crispy audio and you can actually critique yourself when you're playing it back. Especially if it's going to be set up a little bit farther away, the built-in microphone may not be able to hear everything you're saying clearly. Now, we are using Apple products in this video and we are not sponsored by Apple. But if Apple does want to sponsor us, please let us know. And last tip is, if you are using your smartphone for practice, make sure you turn on airplane mode. This way you're not getting any distracting texts, notifications, or phone calls while you're trying to get in the zone. Now that everything is all set up, we can start Actually, there is one more thing. Okay, much better. Make sure you dress the part. Dress in exactly what you would wear on your interview. That way you get really comfortable and confident in your attire. When I was graduating college and applying for my first job, I was so uncomfortable in a suit. I actually noticed that I had a nervous tic where I would touch and adjust my collar because I always felt like it was too tight, even though it was totally fine. So get comfortable and confident in your suit or whatever it is that you'll be wearing. And don't worry if you think you look silly because you'll be by yourself in your house. Now, when you are watching your recordings to give yourself feedback, the first thing you want to be focusing on is body language. So when you're practicing, do a full run through first. Go through 3 or 5 different practice questions without stopping the recording. That way you can look and monitor your body language and your patterns. I notice, for example, that towards the second or third question, as I get more comfortable or my nerves start to settle down, I slouch a little bit and lean forward, and I also bounce my knee under the table. So see if you have any other patterns that you can spot. Next is eye contact. Make sure you're always having good eye contact with the camera. Don't spend too much time looking down at the ground or looking up in the sky. I notice that when I'm thinking and trying to answer a really difficult question, I do break eye contact and shift and look this way. And it is okay, you don't have to stare directly at the camera the entire time. You don't want to give your interviewer the death glare and never blink, but try to make sure that you are practicing good eye contact. Next, make sure you are sitting up straight and have good posture. One key tip is to make sure both of your feet are solely planted on the ground. Make sure to smile a little. Even if this is the most stressful and nerve-wracking day of your entire life, put a little bit of a smile on. That way you're not too stoic or too nervous. Next, get used to talking a little bit with your hands. Studies do show that when you talk with your hands, it does show a little bit more confidence, and this can translate well in an interview. And lastly, make sure you're watching what your feet are doing. Make sure they're not bouncing under the table, or try not to cross one over the other, because then you would start to lean just like this. Now, a quick word from our sponsor. CareerShakers.com. If you are finding this video to be helpful and entertaining, please click that subscribe button down below and check out our website. We would love to help coach you on your next career move, promotion, or job switch. All right, back to the video. So after you are able to critique your body language, next is to go over the content or the actual words that you're saying. First is timing. Make sure that your answers to behavioral questions are somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes. Do not go longer than 5 minutes because then you will bore your interviewer. Second, pay attention to your word choice. Make sure you're not repeating yourself saying the same things but with different words. Something like this. For example, there was this project where I was working on which came from this idea or concept that when I was in third, check out the structure of your answers. For behavioral questions, you should be utilizing the STAR technique. And for any other type of question, we do have a video on our channel that walks through how to best go about answering all those questions. We'll put those links down in the description below, so check those out. But in general, when you're listening to your recording, ask yourself, is my answer easy to follow? Am I answering the question clearly? Is there a better way to organize my thoughts? And lastly, but most importantly, make sure that your ending or result stands out. For example, if you're applying for a sales job and your answer ends with, and that's how I was able to exceed my sales goal, everyone is going to say something just like that. So you need to say something like, and not only did I exceed my sales goal, but I took some of the learnings and key concepts and built a new training and delivered it for my team. Then, over the next few months, my entire team was able to blow out all of our sales numbers for the entire year. Alright, well that wraps up this video on how to practice and master interviewing when you're by yourself. If you want more content, check out the other videos on our channel and visit our website down below. See you guys in the next video.